Welcome back to Patch Notes, your daily briefing on gaming news. Rockstar Games went 408 days without saying a single word about Grand Theft Auto VI. Then yesterday, with no warning, they posted the official cover art and a 30-second snippet of Vice City-flavored music. The marketing strategy is apparently to simulate being kidnapped, then come back with a postcard. The cover puts Lucia Caminos and Jason Duval dead center in the classic grid layout Rockstar has been doing for 25 years. Kotaku noted the cover continues a weird tradition the studio has stuck to since the original. The grid is the brand is the grid, nothing else is allowed to happen. Pre-orders open June 25 across digital storefronts and select retailers. Rockstar confirmed the November 19 release date is still intact. They did not, under any circumstances, mention what the game will cost. That number is being saved for a separate panic attack at a later date. Games Radar pointed out the obvious. Announcing pre-orders without a price is the rare flex only Rockstar can pull. Everyone else has to disclose the damage. They get to make you queue up first and find out at the register. Rockstar's only on-record statement was the line that pre-orders for Grand Theft Auto VI will officially begin on June 25. That is the entire press release. 5 months out from the biggest launch in entertainment history, that is genuinely all you get. Over at State of Unreal in Chicago on June 17, Epic CEO Tim Sweeney unveiled Unreal Engine 6. It is, in the dry phrasing of Epic's own slide, a unified engine. Translated, they are pouring Unreal Engine 5 and Unreal Editor for Fortnite into the same bucket and giving it a higher number. UE6 is targeting late 2027 early access. C++ is being replaced by a new language called Verse, designed for persistent online worlds. Yes, the engine that built Gears of War is officially being rebuilt around hosting forever-running Fortnite islands. Read the room, AAA. Epic is also baking AI agents directly into the engine via MCP, with hooks for Claude and Gemini. The level designer can now be a chatbot. We have officially reached the part of the timeline where the tooling has coworkers, and the coworkers do not need health insurance. But the real headline was Sweeney's framing. He told the room that one view of the future is that Roblox grows and eats gaming. He used the word eats. He said it on stage. The CEO of Epic, calling the kids' building blocks a tidal wave. Sweeney has receipts. He pointed at Roblox's 70% platform cut and pitched UE6 as the open alternative for studios who do not want to live inside someone else's box. PC Gamer summed it up. This is survival mode framing for the AAA business, delivered from inside the AAA business. Pivoting from existential dread to actual product, EA Sports UFC 6 launched globally today on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. It currently sits at an 84 Metacritic with a 91% critic recommendation rate. That is, by EA's own series math, the best UFC game ever made. The headline feature is Flow State, a new momentum system that rewards committing to a fighter identity instead of spamming the same combo until the opponent collapses. Tech Times called it a rewrite of how fighter identity works. WCCF Tech said the result is finally a more well-rounded fighter. Frostbite is doing the rest of the heavy lifting. Striking has been rebuilt around the new physics, which means knockdowns finally look like physics events instead of canned animations. The leg kicks have weight. The grappling has weight. The combat actually looks like it hurts on purpose now. There is, of course, a catch. Newsweek's review headline literally calls career mode the one big problem. After everything Frostbite is doing inside the cage, the mode that asks you to live your fighter's life apparently still cannot keep up with the gameplay around it. Still an 84 average for a fighting franchise that has spent half a decade getting middling sevens is genuinely a real moment. EA accidentally shipped a competent sports game. The implications for the rest of their roster will be quietly buried by morning. Staying in the realm of things people are actually playing, Forza Horizon 6 patched the Eliminator back online yesterday after a 5-day blackout. Playground Games pulled the mode on June 13 because players figured out that one specific Hummer would, under one specific glitch, hand them tens of millions of credits per match. Kotaku reports some accounts reached up to 999 million credits before the mode came down. That is the entire credit cap, harvested in a vehicle that nobody chooses on purpose. The exploit's only real requirement was that you knew which Hummer to pick, which is the most cursed sentence ever printed about a racing game. Patch 4 on June 18 quietly wiped the stolen credits from exploiter accounts. Kotaku and Dexito both confirmed the wipes are happening. If you bought yourself the entire supercar dealership during the glitch window, your garage is about to look a lot more honest by morning. Auto drive payout rates have also been rebalanced in the same patch. The official Forza support release notes name the adjustment directly. Translation: there were adjacent farming loops nobody talked about, and Playground is closing them while everyone is busy looking at the free supercar in the driveway. The apology, courtesy of Insider Gaming's reporting, is a 2021 McLaren Sabre handed to every single Forza Horizon 6 account. The Eliminator is back. The credits are not. The McLaren is on the house, which is the most expensive sentence a publisher can write to avoid an actual statement. Back to the existential dread. GameFile reporter Stephen Totillo dropped a story that recontextualizes the entire Xbox Games showcase. According to his sources, picked up by Push Square and Twisted Voxel, Microsoft had already decided to close Ninja Theory before the show. The new Senua project they put on stage was not a roadmap, it was a listing. Totillo's framing is brutally specific. The thinking, he reports, was that the promise of a newly announced game would help draw investor interest in the studio. That sentence is doing real work. The trailer was bait. The studio was the merchandise. The Xbox Games showcase aired on June 7. Ninja Theory revealed the new Senua game on stage to a thrilled audience. 9 days later, staff were told their jobs were ending. Somewhere in between, somebody at Microsoft was on a call talking about valuations. Push Square's headline does not soften it. A Senua reveal used as a way to sell Ninja Theory to suitors. Tech4 Gamers reports that the closure was already planned before the lights came up. Players cheered for a game that was, internally, a sales brochure. There is still a non-zero chance an investor bites and Ninja Theory survives under new ownership. That would be the optimistic ending. The realistic ending is that Microsoft used a beloved character to make a closing studio look prettier for a buyer. Industry of the year, everyone. And finally, don't nod. The studio behind Life is Strange, and Vampire is now operating under a special alert report from its statutory auditor, which is the polite French way of saying the lights might go off. Gamericta reports they could run out of money by November. Tencent, the most recent lifeline, has declined to fund new projects. WCCF Tech confirmed Tencent is pulling additional funding, which leaves Don't Nod looking for cash anywhere it can. The studio is, in its own carefully worded statement, pursuing multiple financing and cash preservation initiatives. Behind the press releases, the reported plan is grim. Leadership is weighing a pivot to work for hire, which means renting their own developers out to other publishers as contractors. The studio that made Life is Strange would, in this scenario, become someone else's outsourcing partner. Option 2 is even worse for the actual game. The in-house title, currently known as Project P14, is reportedly getting its budget slashed and its calendar pulled in, so it can ship as early as Q1 2027. That is the textbook definition of forced shipping to make payroll. Shane the Gamer's headline puts the timer in writing. Out of money by November as Tencent declines to fund new projects. None of this is final. All of it is a warning. The mid-tier European studio model is, on this exact Friday in June, watching the door. That's your patch notes for today. Subscribe so you don't miss daily gaming news.